show out right here. We're at the original Sprout Malibu Longboard Championships, presented by Tractor Beverage Company and D.Wyton live action here at Malibu First Point. I'm Kuiper Girl, along with Matt Shanoski, and you gotta have some manly pride here. Matt, D.Wyton, first score on the board.
Holding it down for the East Coast. This is what we call a scrapper heat. And here goes Tony, nice and deep on the nose, back in the critical section.
T.Silvagni won match number 1 this morning to earn his way into match number 2. The surfer from North Carolina has been paced in his approach, a veteran competitor on a Stewart surfboard, getting to the 10 there. Great footwork, great flow, nice drop knee cut back. And Silvagni with a wonderful effort. This wave gets a little extra inside section for Tony. Finishes off right on the sand.
His preferred equipment was damaged in the aeroplane over here, so he's had to resort to riding that board, which is, he did say beforehand that he felt confident on that because he didn't have any other decision to make. He had to ride it. Here goes Tony on his favorite bird model.
And Silvagni just hovering on the nose there, but unable to pull it out. You could see the water and the rail kind of digging on the nose that he was trying to clear that section. He's won the World Championship regular foot and a goofy foot. Speaking of regular foots, toes on the nose, face against the wall. B.Skinner finds his trim line, waited for this one, gets a 10 there. Wow. Soul arching through there, just hovering. That was an incredible nose ride. He waited some time to get this wave, but he is working it over. Let's see what else he has right on the little inside here. Another little section. And a Baja Blast for the finish with that little cross step. Steps off on the beach.
Wow, that was phenomenal surfing, and exactly what I said before. It's hard for the big guy to cheat out here. So there, he's on the nose, nice and high, and he waits for the critical section, goes a quick 10, and bang, gets up to the hang. Oh, beautiful perch 10. That tail working overtime, that deep single concave in the nose, lifting that board up for Ben. A nice series of tip rides there for Ben. He gets up again, so keeping really busy. No major turns that we're used to seeing from him, but the wave didn't ask for it, so that'll be a great opening wave there for B.Skinner. Be sure to watch both Declan, Tony, and Ben, knowing there's still a lot of points in the turning out here at Malibu if the right wave comes.
Quick up and out for B.Skinner. He's trying to secure a backup score for that 7.5. That one did not offer that opportunity for Skinner. D.Wyton is sitting out the back in the green jersey. He's got priority.
We talked about the creek coming out and changing the inside track, and it allows these smaller waves to race off, and that's what we're seeing the surfers capitalize on today.
Here's a smaller wave for Skinner that working over. Some great footwork there. Gets to a 5. Toes over the nose. Board looking like it's gliding nicely in this morning glass. Skinner kicks out. He's going to have a backup for the 7.5 and take the lead in this heat.
Smart option from what we've seen this morning. You really need to build a heat total early. This was very slow at the beginning of this heat. 3 men and these guys all waiting for the good ones. Ben had to back up that 7.5. So the South Shore and being familiar with weaker waves on a shorter board, you have that element of speed that you can generate power down a wave by doing those little taps. You know, not so much pumping, but using rail-to-rail speed. We see it in longboarding too. So as far as being light-footed on a shortboard.
And what is expected from the surfer? Style, flow, grace, of course, nose riding just like that. B.Skinner, he is on a hot one right now. Small wave, but great performance by the surfer from the UK. Talk about footwork, talk about speed, and for such a big guy, Matt, very, very light on his feet.
And just using that board that's a lot smaller than the board that he wanted to ride, but fitting it in the pocket. Amazing surfing there from B.Skinner on that small little wave. So 2 steps up to the nose and in the pocket. Beautiful hang 10 there. So no cheating from B.Skinner. That's a critical nose ride. Tiny wave, but making the most of what he can. Up on the nose again. Delicate footwork for the big guy. Really making light work of this wave. And I love this. Just a speed pump in the middle of the board. And it sets him up for the little inside section where he's got that soft, elegant footwork and finishes right there on the sand.
More the nerves come to play. Meanwhile, Skinner freed up on the inside. Yet another wave for big B.Skinner on the Skin Dog designs. And that's not going to change his number, but he will remain in the lead. 18 minutes, 15 seconds on the countdown. Yeah, thanks to all of our supporters putting on this World Championships here. B.Skinner, he's up, he's riding, he's in the lead in match number 2. And the big man from the UK just finds himself at home on the nose over and over again.
Wow, so Ben is putting on a clinic under priority, just keeping really busy. Amazing.
D.Wyton uses priority. Fades into that takeoff pivot to a nice hang 10. He finds a trim line. A little sticky there, but no problem for Wyton. Hangs on. Looks for a little bit more open face. Finds the green face. Taps the nose one more time. Parallel stance through the whitewater. Drop the cutback. A nice little cross step. Great footwork all the way to the inside here. Well, he will finish off right on the sand.
So, not just yet, but here he gets the 10. Pushes the board down, so nearly just those toes almost over, and he definitely gets them over there. See straight-legged, sort of staunching the nose there. See how technical he is, that front foot steering through the section, and here he's trimming through parallel stance and steps back into this turn here. So spicy little redirect, and use of the tail, the nose, the full length of the board. Exactly what he needs to do at this point in the heat, and he liked it with that.
Wyton's last score, a 5.93. Declan up again. Here we go. Quick to the nose there. And beautiful 10. He was just camped out. Taps a 5, finishes it off. Going to replace that 3.5. I feel that he has in his scoreline.
And this one for Declan, a nice backup. We'll see how it goes. So 5 into 10 steering, flexing that board around. Beautiful hang 10 there, straight back in the pocket, stepping back and just steering again from the middle of the board.
Live action cut into T.Silvagni on the Stewart board. The surfer from North Carolina. He has been a veteran competitor, 36 years old, and been through probably 100 different competitions throughout his development as a professional longboarder.
Yeah. And it's so nice to have a longboard tour to build that momentum. And you see Tony here just pushing a bit of water. You can see the spray coming off the tip of the nose there. The judges want to see air under that nose. The tail back in the pocket, so still very critical that he has. And B.Skinner's surfed more Malibu heats than anybody in this event. But Declan, last year with his first time competing here.
Back to B.Skinner, live action. Our heat leader looking to improve upon a 6.33. Nose gets submerged, but he's able to just teeter on the edge there, but the wave gives up on him. Don't know if that's going to improve his 2-wave total, but he'll remain in the lead. D.Wyton needs a 7.9. And here he goes. Fades to that pivot to take off. Gets on the nose again. Casual body style there. Oh, big pump through that section. Great footwork there. Really working over this small wave. So using the entirety of the board, some variety, some nose time, ticking the boxes.
Wow, explosive redirects there for Declan. Really trying to milk that wave for everything it is and kicking out there. So, but talking about glassing, Declan team right now for Rhino Laminating Brookvale. They glass a lot of the surfboards in the Brookvale area. And Steve O'Donnell's a staple shaping down there. This is Declan, 5 and 10, stepping back after this. And this redirect here is explosive. Bang! And just pushing himself higher on the wave. And really good camera angles, really showing the intricacies and the subtlety in Declan surfing. And he's really come a long way with the middle of the board surfing.
Just looking so casual in his approach, in the body language that you see from the Australian.
That's his mum and one of his students from his surf school.
Awesome.
Come down to watch. So he's got a lot of support down here on the beach.
Well, they're sending him good vibes right now. Silvagni up on the nose, hanging 5, trimming that section, gets up to the 10, to the 5. Nice wall in front of him, and a lot of nose time there. Some great footwork. Comes around the whitewater, back to the open face. One more tap on a 5. Finishes with a roller coaster. Wants a little bit more. If he can juice that out of this wave, you can see him petting the cat in the whitewater, trying to get into front of it. And just a foam climb to finish the number he needs, a 717. Mom says, yeah.
You need to make sure you don't look like you're scoring points. And here he is driving through the section. Amazing technical nose riding there from Tony. And he just gets the hips arch there. And here another critical nose ride. So here he's on his way to a really good score. And the wave raced away from him. Another quick nose ride, taps it off, and here, just looking for some more, gets low, and he knows there's something on the end, so he pets the kitty a bit, and he sees if he comes through the end section, and not really worth it.
Skinner's going to use his priority, and here he goes. Trims up to the nose for a 5 through that section, gets a nice tight 10. Again, stepping back, and a couple of turns for Skinner. Slices through the water there, some troubled water, and he pulls it through. Right behind him, Declan Wyton. Remember, Wyton at this time needs a 7.9. Wyton in the green jersey, Skinner in the orange jersey. Both surfers under a minute. Wyton in the white water. That's not going to do it. Wow. So Ben Skinner stares at the judges' tower, and he envisions himself onto match number 3.
Oh, T.Silvagni, a 7.17 required on this wave, Kaipo.
So you say there's a chance, Matt. Here we go with T.Silvagni. Can he put it together? He's going to have to eclipse the last score that he's had. And this wave, although he's got some nose time there, is just maybe not enough. We're going to leave that up to the judges, but that did not feel like it the score. Your thoughts, Matt?
Wow, he's liking his clapping, whether that was one of defeat or just happy that he had opportunity towards the end there, balancing with that.
He does the Karate Kid on the way in.
So, yeah, he's done extremely well with an injury. We'll have to see where that one comes in. But one thing I want to note, Declan selling Ben on that first wave.
We're going to just wait for one more score to make it a formality, but it is going to be Ben Skinner out of this heat and taking the win. There he is. Ben Skinner strolls up the beach and prepares himself for match number 3. There's numbers on the lower third of your screen.